Zaluni, loony, loony. Zanuni, loony. Zoo. Loons. Stop eating that. Good girl. Come on. Come on. No gagging and choking on the cardboard box. You're gonna rinse it down. Gonna rinse it down. Get a little drink of water here. Hello! Salutations and greetings. Welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. My name is Margie. I am a Heoka empath. I just like to have these little talks on the way I feel about things. All in all, today's been pretty alright. Minus my disobedient, mischievous little DOGs. Little critters. Stanley's back taking a nap in the bathroom. I was telling Mom it's funny because when we moved in a year ago, I put this chair back there and like a blanket and a sweatshirt down in the chair, and he would sleep back there. And he did it for a couple weeks, and then he stopped and went off to another spot, a different spot, someplace where he liked to sleep during these specific hours, right? He went and now he's back at it. He's back in the same spot a year later, so we are creatures of habit. Mom and I had a real good laugh earlier this afternoon. We were doing laps. We walked down to the far bathroom. Sometimes we'll go to the far bathroom just to get her to get moving around and stuff like that. I don't want her sitting too much, and she don't want her sitting too much. So we walked back there, and I walk with her because she's not real sure on her feet. In her other shoes, in your tennis shoes, I think you're more sure on your feet because they're tighter. Yeah.
The bottom of
the soles. Yeah, and she's had a lot of foot surgery, stuff like that. So I noticed today, and I got problems with my feet. What you do when you're younger, man, whatever hurts, whatever you break, whatever you strain, all, whatever. If you get a chance to get older, it's only gonna hurt worse. It sucks, man. All the aches and pains that come about, and the more that you're aware of your body and your, and stuff like that, it can just suck some days, but oh well. Always with a heart of gratitude. We're just happy to be alive. So we had this really nice, freaking hearty belly laugh because I'm back there and she's, because I noticed that like she'll go backwards and I go forwards. I'm like, look at us, Mom. You're Teeter and I'm Totter, because we're neither of us are real sure on our feet. It was a lot funnier when it happened, and she's. It was a good laugh, Ma. It was a good time. It feels good to laugh. More people need to laugh. There's a lot of laughable stuff going on in the world today. Definitely, for sure. I did it. I said I was going to do it a couple days ago. This is as easy as it is to freaking manifest heaven on earth. Let me give you an example. Somebody comes up with an idea on how to do something. Not that this idea is going to save the world. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. That's silly. But this is how it's done. Manifesting, creating idea, or taking ideas from the ethers and making them tangible in life. I had this idea a couple years ago about, because I don't like math, but I like numbers and sacred. And I like geometry when I went to school and stuff too. That's like the only kind of math I like. And I don't know. Mostly the teachers just I just struggled with the personalities of the teachers and stuff. And so what geometry has always stuck out. When I look at people, they're just like a soul sack to me. Good girl. Good girl. Come on over, hot stuff. Waggles. And, good boy, Talk. So go get your girlfriend and give her kisses on the kiss or kiss. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Good boy, get up. Oh, he doesn't. Come on. You don't want up there? Good boy. Does I need to turn the fan on for him? Is it a little stuffy in here?
Yeah.
A little bit. Are you stuffy?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
All right, so soul sacks, timestamps. That's pretty much all people are, really. Is they're just their timestamp, right? Time of birth, and then how the planets are aligned in the sky. So I had this idea, and I might never ever do it again, but at least I did it the one time. Is that I got all the signs, the astrological signs, and then I got their ruling planet. And then the color, okay? And then I got my spirograph. And I could have gotten a lot headier with this, but I don't want to get, cause that's where I struggle with the dichotomy of implementing things, because I'm like, oh, I could do it this way, or I could do it that way, or I could do it that way. But what I did is I designated each one of these to a planet. Each one of these I designated to a planet. And some of them are big enough that you could choose the degree of what that planet is. And then this is what I did for me. Where's my phone? What to do with it? Put that back over there. So I designated each one of the round deals for a planet. And then I looked at... You okay, girl? I see you. And this is my chart. And then the color that corresponds with the planet, I got a pin for. And so this is my birth chart. Isn't that cool? Ah! So I took this and made this. So pretty much, anybody wants to know what I am, that's pretty much sums me up. Whoop! Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. Isn't that kind of neat, Ma?
Yes, it is.
I've been on the planet for, I don't know, almost 100. And I ain't never heard of anybody else doing that. Nearly 100. Half a honey, nearly half a honey. Ain't nobody else done that. So are people seeing the scoundrels? How more and more people are being seen for who they really are? The scumbags, you know? People don't want to admit it. I think mostly people know who the scumbags are, but they don't want to admit it because they benefit from it. Look how many people of these scumbags have families, you know? These scumbags, they're like, oh, but that's my dad. My dad's a great guy. You know, then they find out their dad's doing freaking, you know, underage teenage boys in the back of police cars and stuff like that, you know? They're when people have that much control and that much power, they end up doing really weird stuff. It's never not been like that. It hasn't. I mean, you have all these people that freaking... it just doesn't make sense to me. People aren't that good when there's so many people that have so much on the planet, and yet the cracks of society are wider than they've ever been, too, at the same time. You know? I mean, like, Los Angeles looks like freaking a third world country, and who's going to go out and pick up the garbage? Who? And what are they going to pay that guy? $10 an hour? You know? It's just very disingenuous when they keep paying the people that do the work so crappy. While these freaking idiots, man, politicians, I don't even think they're really real people. I bet they're like that Tom Brady commercial, that rental car commercial. Which one is it? Hertz? Is that one it is? Hertz? Hertz, or zzz, you know? All the stupid electric vehicles. Your infrastructure's falling apart everywhere, but go ahead and rely on shit that you gotta plug in. That's so funny. But some people are having a positive experience as they sit stranded on interstates, sporadically here and there, wherever, you know. wherever the story unfolds. And one guy, it worked out just fine for him. You know, he was comfortable in his car. Other people around him weren't. So, I guess everything has its pros and its cons, but mostly we live in a world of con. We're living in the world of the con. My shirt on backwards? Nope. This is the dog rescue that all my guys came from. And Luna too. They all came from this guy, so. Represent BBRH. I want to congratulate Block 16 in Omaha, Nebraska. They were... Where is it? I know they have these lists a lot, but they were by Brianna Pearson's link in the stories. Televega, but they were on the 15 absolute best burgers in the US. And I always got a special place in my heart for them, because I started going to them, and then I got a job downtown when I lived in Omaha. And so after the lunch rush, I would call in an order and then just walk up a few blocks, right, to get it, and then walk back a few blocks, right? And it was far enough that it was like my walk to get the burger was enough exercise to justify eating the burger, right? Yeah. Right? That was like, so I got, so it was in, quiet in the afternoon when I'd show up, because I'd show up after the rush. I mean, people start showing up around 11 o'clock, lining up, waiting for it. Croquet Garcon burger at Block 16. Croquet. Anyway, this is Alton Brown's, one of his favorite restaurants too. And so when I left, one of the things I do is to keep in like our connection, my heart space and their heart space. She's from Canada and he's from like Michigan. Like maybe they're from I don't know how they ended up there, but anyway, something feels good about. I've always been kind of in alignment with Paul and Jess. And so, I remember him making food for me when I would go to these meetings that I had to go to, at a place called Confluence in like 2007, no, it's later than that. 2000, it was like probably 2010, maybe. I don't remember. But anyway, so that's how, I've known of him for a long time, because I'm a foodie. I love freaking food, man. And the fresher and the, when you get the ingredients locally, it's even better. It makes your body even that much more happy. It's just something about it. So I like to recommend that people go to Block 16. If you're ever in Omaha, Nebraska, it's right downtown. It's not too far from the airport. You could probably call in an order and like Uber it. I wonder if they'd Uber to the air. I bet they would. I bet they not Uber, but like Dine and Dash or whatever. I bet they would. Yeah. So that was neat. I was really, and they got, actually, speaking of farms, I think they actually bought their own little slice of heaven out in Iowa or something. And so they have their own little family farm there too, And so good things happen to good people. They do. And they do like to do like pop-up events where they host other chefs in the area and let them put their flair, kind of thing. And so that was cool. So some BS this mess. What was it? I saw an interesting article the other day. I saw the headline and then I lost it. And I didn't get a screenshot of it. It was one of those I saw it too late after I'd already put in a different URL. And when you go back, you don't always get the same page that you go back to. It's refreshed. So I lost it, but today there was another story about it, loosely, where I didn't get the headline, confounded. But the story was more than six. It was like this. They did a research that if single, impoverished mothers that were, young and single and pregnant, if they were given an extra, like, subsidy of income, the baby flourishes. And I was like, well, yeah, don't you guys know what Addison's disease is? Doctors and researchers? I can explain why. Because when a mother's pregnant, and this is personal experience, it happened to me. I was 6 pounds, 4 ounces. I was a little baby. Mom used to give me baths in the mixing bowl. And, just tiny little wee thing and just, So, but she was under so much stress when she was pregnant with me. See, us little babies, we want everything to be okay, right? So we give up our nutrients and our essence and give of us, literally, to the host, to our mothers. And that's like, you got babies that are born junkies. You got babies that are born alcoholics. You got, because all these parents, mothers, they make these bad choices, right? So we all this now we're all born, we all exist. What's the world gonna do to make it easier for us, right? We gotta make it easier for everybody. Everybody's gonna get sensitive, man. And the people that are not fazed by things that are happening in the world today, that are living under their own glass bubbles, like their own sphere, like their family and everything's great, and and they're just with their horse blinders on. Everybody gets a chance to experience life in its full spectrum, from freaking heartache, heart, gut wrenching ache, hurt, pain, to, the best joy of the highest vibe, the yay, all that good stuff. And there's a lot of us that have felt a lot of that freaking gut wrenching shit, not a lot of that good stuff. And there's a lot of people that, haven't really done a whole lot of work, but they just get to go around and freaking do this, in all those places that we've seen 1,000 of people doing this. Freaking pretentious D-bags going to the same places around the world, showing the world the same perspective, over and over and over and over again. Anyway, that happened. This also supports what I'm talking about when I say people are losing their ability to hold their shit. They're not able to restrain themselves. People are, meditation helps with that. Meditation helps a lot with that. So I don't want to say it out loud because I made the mistake earlier of saying that my mom got upset. So I got to be more cognizant of the stories that I share, because some things are just too upsetting. This, look at this. This story also affirms more of what I believe is that you can tell a D-bag. I can tell a D-bag. And it's not as obvious. This guy's totally obvious. This guy's been fucking being a scumbag asshole to people his whole life. And now it's caught up to him. And that's what's happening to a lot of these guys. Look at him. He's in tears. He's so upset, right? You almost feel bad for the guy. Almost. Look at him. He's a glutton. He has so much in his life that he has no regard for other people's feelings. He has no empathy. He is just another scumbag guy on the planet, right? Right? That's how I look at him. Headline reads, Merrill Lynch advisor Arrested, fired after calling teen smoothie shop worker an immigrant loser and throwing a drink at her. Classy guy, right? Right? People go around this planet thinking, it's, the crazy people, the poor people, the poverty people going around doing crazy things. See, understand that now the spectrum is widening open up. People that are like this, they're always like this. They just do it in hiding, and now people can't hide anymore. They can't hide who they are. They can't. You scumbag, the whole world's going to know. The whole world is going to know. So much blast being put on right now. So much, Ma. So much. So many people putting on blast. Everybody has a phone. I went and made Mom a calendar today. I don't really like see, that's another thing. Put it, all I wanted was like pictures on a page and some numbers, right? And it's like, this format, that format. But I'll pick it up on the 2nd, February 2nd. But found some pictures of, here's some of them that I used of Lil Sass. I was like, yeah. Oh, the other way. This is how I feel like this is what she was looking like. This is when we went out and Mom met her granddaughter years ago. So I feel like that's how, when she's hanging, and there's Luna years ago. I found those, so I was like, oh my God, she's so cute. Oh my God, her little face is so white now. So, but she's hanging out the Rainbow Bridge with Sandy Barnes. She's just always like, I'm the favorite. I mean, come on. I said I'm a favorite. The picture that came up definitely looked like Ma. She's the favorite. And I'm okay with it. I'm the favorite. She could be the favorite. That's cool. But it's just, good stuff. Love them while you got them, man. Love them while you got them. And people aren't caring. But every day, I had the window open today, and Mom was looking out the window. She started drawing a little bit, and then we'd start talking, get sidetracked and stuff like that. And we'll try a little bit more tomorrow, and maybe or the next day or whatever. She always loves looking at the mountains, so I open the window so she can watch the mountains and the birds and the little kitties come up and look in the window and stuff like that. And it's entertaining, huh, Ma? Yeah, brings the outside in, makes the inside less small, and she often comments every day is like, man, these people they drive these trucks so fast down this road. Don't they know? And I'm like, Ma, I know. I'm saying it all the time, Ma. I'm saying it all the time. Slow down, you confounded motherfucker. All the time. Hey, Nate. Hope your work week's going good. Yeah. So, all in all, today's been a pretty good day, Energies, this is it's almost like a trend. It's for me, it's been since Saturday. Since the node shifted, I have felt this greatest shift in energy. I still get heady about stuff. What do you got to do when you get heady about stuff? Well, I don't know what you got to do. What do I got to do when I get heady about stuff? Be where my hands are. What is in my proximity right here? This is all that I have, anything that I can do anything about. I have control over nothing, but if I want to do something in my life, this is the place that I can do it, in my local proximity. So, I just get all crabby because that's why I did this. I came up with this, and stuff like this, because I get all this energy. I didn't start soaking their food. Uh-oh. My bad. You know what? They're like all old men now. You know it, Mom? They all want to eat earlier and earlier. We just had some fish. I call them grown-up fish sticks. Me and Mom did. Mom ate 3 of them. I had 1 of them. She ate 3 of them. I was like, she's eating good. You're eating better. You know it, Mom? You know? I think tomorrow. How about some casserole tomorrow?
That'd be good.
Do you like tuna?
Yeah, tuna.
You like that tuna casserole?
It's light.
It's nice and light.
Light
And how are you today?
it's easy to digest.
Yeah? You doing good today? You happy? We had a little bit of a dance party this morning to get the blood flowing, and we walked back and forth a couple times. It's supposed to be snowing in like a half hour.
Today?
Like right now, yeah, it's supposed to. Boy, I guess they didn't spray enough shit in the sky. They didn't spray enough of that crap in the sky, Ma. Because it's not. And then it's supposed to snow tomorrow and the next day.
Oh, really? For the
Yeah.
next 3 days?
Yeah. My bad. I don't really like hierarchical, how do you, alright, is my brain gonna let my mouth say that word? See if my brain lets my mouth say that word. Hierarchical? Hierarchical? Hierarchy. Uckily. Hierarchy. Osity. Hierarchiness? Hierarchy.
I don't think it's the key.
I know what the word is. I just can't pronounce it. I don't know how my tongue doesn't do stuff.
It's hierarchy.
Okay, I don't believe in hierarchy stuff much. But I do go by it in some ways. Like old ladies before pups on the chair. like when in the evening when you go into the bathroom, Ludo'll snag your chair. You know? Yeah. When you lay down, she gets it. But anyway, this is how we have fun around here. Tucker's over here rolling around. He's so cute, Duck. This is what, I just want him to be happier. Happy. Nobody did us any favors in the beginning of our lives, right? So God just kind of brought us all together, and then he makes it possible for me to just take care of us. Huh, guys? Right? And shoot, I don't even think I've yelled in 3 days.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Yeah, I try not to for longer days than that, and then my body just... Oh, this is kind of funny. Speaking of my body, like going, whoa. I was at Wally World today, and I had my flash drive. Luna, stop. Luna, go get curious someplace else, you silly girl. And I had my flash drive in, I had my coat on, a sweatshirt, and my hat. And ever since Sass went to heaven, I've been having these... That's like when it started. Like that next day, it was like we had a weird night's sleep that first night she was gone. And I got so... Because I slept out here with Mom. Because she kept waking up and then thinking that Sassy was walking around, so I just stayed here by her, and it was like an oven in here, and it was like unearthly hot. It was like, and I'm hot to begin with, and ever since then I've been getting hot flashes, and I don't look at that stuff as menopause, that's menopause. I don't look at it's energy. Everything is energy to me, okay? Right? Men have it too. Men get them too. I've seen dudes freaking bust out in a freaking total sweat from nowhere, doing nothing. Seen it. Men have them too. It ain't gender specific anyway. So I was at Walmart and I was doing the touchscreen deal to make the calendar. Good boy, Benny. You're so cute. You're so cute, Benny. Benny, you are so cute. You are milking it, Benny. And I got a hot flash. And I was like, oh no, here it comes. And I feel like when I get them, there's these old shows that I used to watch like late at night, like, I don't know, PBS or whatever, that I haven't seen anything like it since I was a kid in the 80s, you know, where they show pictures of people that have spontaneously combusted, where it's just, they're like a pile of ash, and it's just like they're below their kneecaps, their like here down, they are intact, like their legs are intact, but everything else is just like essentially vaporized, right? And so when I start getting one of these hot flashes, that's kind of what it feels like to me. Like, oh dear, here we go, right? So I was like, I took off my hat. I took off one of my sleeves. Actually, I think I took my sweatshirt off. So in case I got to, for that reason. So it'd be easier for me to regulate my temperature, right? And then I took off my coat halfway and let it hang off this shoulder. And I'm like, like, right? And then I'm checking out, and there's like this older woman, probably about your age, Ma, behind me. And then the lady that helps people, the employee that helps people with the self-checkout, right? And I was like bringing up my stuff, and I just pictured what I looked like. I looked somewhat disheveled because my coat was my hat was, I was all cockeyed, you know. I wasn't wearing a mask, and I was like, I said, I understand. I must appear to be somewhat disheveled. So I had a hot flash back in the camera department. And Ma, they started laughing. They both started laughing. And the elder, she was laughing. Oh yeah, been there. And I was like, no, this is new to me, man. This is all, I mean, because I had them for a little while when we lived in Oregon, but not for very long. And I thought it was because I started drinking alcohol again for that short period, but it wasn't. Right? It was stress. It's like flipped a switch. And I'm one of those trauma kids. I've been through a lot of trauma, you know. And a lot of my trauma that I've been through has happened by things that are being verified today. And for that, I'm grateful. They're doing a new show on A&E. I wonder if it's on Hulu, because Hulu has A&E stuff. Truth's being revealed about Hefner, you know. All that evil, dark, wicked stuff, man. You don't get to live in the land of Seedy and prosper while so many people get hurt. It's not how it's supposed to be. Nope. So these truths are coming out, you know. Kids running, it's just all nasty. It's all gross. You know, people can go piss on his grave too if they want. I don't care. You know, okay. You know, the guy, how many pornography and all that, you know. And I wonder how many, like all the people that glorify and freaking worship like the Rat Pack, how many people are freaking, how many bones are in shallow graves because those guys got whacked out and just wanted to see what it was like to freaking, you know, bro out and freaking, I don't know, fillet some people and shit, you know? 'Cause that's what they all did. Sammy Davis Jr. and his little one-eye freaking ritual. Yeah, he lost his eye freaking because he hit his head on a freaking steering wheel. That's what happened. Sure. You know, they've been creating our reality with their freaking stupid, nasty, gross, dumb scripts. Well, actually, they're quite brilliant. They're not dumb. I should not say they're dumb. They're actually very brilliant. You know what? You follow people like Zach and stuff. You know, the gig is up, man. It's just, and I see it everywhere I go now. It's just. But I don't go that many places. It's not that much fun, you know. And it's just like that scumbag that threw that girl in the, you know, it's like you almost, when Mom and I were watching, Mom and I were watching Stardust the other day, and that perpetuates a lot of the freaking, you know, dumb agendas that they're promoting now and stuff, you know, And like at the end when the witch was her sisters were dead and she didn't have that much to live for, Mom's like, aw. And I'm like, Mom, that's what they do. Don't aw them, Ma. Don't aw them, Ma. They're the ones that, did you see how the sisters died? They got eaten by the animals that they were feeding on. They were not good people, Ma. So, careful for that Stockholm Syndrome shit.